Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Zesty Thoughts with your host, Annábla. Welcome to episode 42. I hope everyone has had a great week. I've had a really fun week myself. I have a lot of things to update y'all on and things to gab about, some hot takes this week. So buckle on in. I wanted to talk about, I had the cutest little hot girl walk yesterday. I live in Santa Monica, for those of you that don't know, was walking around Palisade Park. It's this area off of Ocean. It's like on a cliff above like a view of like the beach in Santa Monica, north of the pier. And there's always a ton of squirrels in the area. A lot of people do yoga, workouts like in the park area. People have picnics, walk their dogs. It's like it's a really popular spot. And so I got my walks there all the time. Anyway, so I was on my walk the other day and I saw a little bunny. It was the cutest thing ever. I walk there all the time and I've never seen a bunny. I usually see squirrels, and I was so excited yesterday when I saw a bunny. I took a video. I'll put it here so y'all can see. But yeah, I just made my morning. It was so cute. I cross the street and I see a bunch of squirrels and this rabbit like you see in the video. And there was a woman walking her dogs, like a large breed dog, like maybe like a golden or something like that. I forget. And literally, like, they're like approaching the bunny. And in the back of my head, I'm like, even if I've never personally had like a dog myself. I've always had cats. But if I did have a dog and I was walking it somewhere where there was wildlife, the last thing I would instinctively do is walk the dog closer to the wild animal, especially if it's a small wild animal and it stereotypically prey for larger animals like a dog or wolf or like mountain lion or something of that sort. So yeah, I mean, just like me being like the compassionate person I am, the animal lover that I am, I think the last thing that I would do if I had a dog that was typically seen as prey, would be to let my dog go towards a small wild animal that would be afraid of it, like, and I feel like that's just like common knowledge. Like you just like respect, you respect the animals in their territory. But no, this lady like fully like she like basically did everything but let her dog off the leash and like run at this wild bunny. Like I could not believe that she let it like get as close as it did. And the dog was being like friendly. It wasn't really like trying to attack it. But does the bunny know that? Like, no. And the dog, the fact that it's being like let closer by its owner, that the proximity is even allowed, is kind of like, ooh, that's like it's like a recipe for disaster. So I don't know, that's not really like a hot take, but I just had like a mental commentary on that. I was kind of like, oh, there are two kinds of people, because the last thing I would do is let my dog anywhere near a wild animal like a duck. And I've seen people do this all the time. Like I've seen dog people do this all the time, and I like don't really understand it. One, it's like a tease to your dog. I feel like it's kind of rude. And then two, it's just like, that's like disrespectful to the animal that's just chilling, that's just trying to like do their thing. Like you could just walk the other direction. You could just pull your dog out of its way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of rude in a way. Maybe I'm like reading too much into this, but I feel like a commentary on society and like the two kinds of people that there are in the world. Someone that would pull their dog away from a scary little wild animal and just like let that animal do its thing. And then the kind of person that's like, oh, haha, let me see my dog like chase. It's just like, I don't know. I think it's unnecessary and rude. But I've never had a dog, so like maybe it's like a form of like stimulation to them, and like that's probably people's justification is like, oh, let your dog like chase it then, and like it's on a leash, it's not going to do anything. It's like, yeah, but that, like rabbit was probably scared shitless, low-key. I felt so bad. Anyway, it was still a great morning, but it definitely like made me think. I was like, like okay, y'all. Not something I would personally do, but you do you, I guess, as long as your dog is like in control. Like, I don't know. Also, dogs are like predictable, especially if you have a large dog. You don't know if that dog's gonna like pull you, your ass is gonna be down and it's gonna attack that small animal. Like it could happen in any situation, even like a baby or like a child. Like it's just like one of those things that's like, to me, especially if you have like a trained dog, I feel like it wouldn't be so much of an issue with a really well-trained dog. But just if you have a dog in general, like I don't see how that's like beneficial to them to like let them do that. I feel like if anything, it's like a hindrance and it's like teaching them bad habits. You feel me? But anyway, I don't know if anyone else has noticed recently, if you live in LA, traffic, as if it literally can't get any worse. I personally feel like traffic has gotten 10 times worse. My typical commute is 405 to the 101 to get to work. Those are the two major freeways that I drive 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week to commute. And the traffic literally has gotten worse like in the last month, like since mid-March on until now. It's like almost end of April or basically May now. And I like didn't even think it was possible. There's way more like backup when you are on the 405 North, like merging to get onto the 101. It's always kind of been atrocious, but I feel like I've had that commute for like years now. I feel like it was always really bad pre-pandemic, and then during the pandemic, obviously it got better, and it's just like slowly been getting worse and worse and worse. And now I almost could argue, because I have the experience of driving that commute pre-pandemic, I could argue that it's worse than it was before the pandemic. And I like didn't even think that was possible. I don't know if it's because there's like less companies that are like allowing workers to be remote. Like there's more companies that are like, okay, we're transitioning back to in-person work, or like what it is. And it's weird to me because like, in my opinion, from what I can see, more kids are doing homeschooling than they ever were. So like, it's not like school traffic, at least the time of day that I drive, it wouldn't necessarily conflict with that. So I have no clue what it is. It could also be in part because PCH is still closed in Los Angeles due to the Palisade fire. But it's been closed since the fires, literally. So it's like the traffic has been pretty bad. And I don't know, maybe just people that, you know, their employers that normally take that commute on PCH were like, oh, you can do remote for a while because of the closure. But now they're not doing remote anymore. Even though the closure is still in place, people are like commuting now again. Like I don't know what the case is, but it has literally gotten out of hand. Like, and it doesn't even depend on like the time of day, at least from my perspective anymore, because normally I drive the earliest I'll be driving in that area is like 12:30. And the latest would be like 2:30. Usually in my commute, there's a massive difference between getting onto the 101 from the 405 North at 12:30 versus 2:30. Recently, I have not even noticed a difference. There's been insane backup in all three lanes. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then like, obviously once you're already on the 101, it's literally backed up all the way to Reseda. Literally in like at least yellow, if not like stop and go traffic all the way to Reseda. Like that's literally insane. And I don't even know how far it backs up like before the 405. Like I'm sure it backs up maybe starting in like, what is that, the 170? I forget, the 101 merges with like, or it separates into two. I think it's the 170, but it's literally insane. And like, normally my commute's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, like max. Maybe if there's traffic, 35. And recently it's been 45 minutes minimum, like almost to an hour. There was one day that I was late where like I think I started at 3, I left at 2, and I was late. Like I literally left my house. I was in my car at 2 p.m., driving at 2 p.m. And I literally was late to work. Like I was supposed to start at 3 and I was late. Like it was just like, how is this even like, I get that it gets worse later on in the day, but it's just like significantly increased my commute time. And anyway, I just wanted to rant about it because it's irritating me. And I'm like, the commute that I thought I had before that was like really short and like convenient and like just like 30-minute drive, like nothing, like I listen to one podcast, I can listen to like a few songs, like has now turned into double. And so, yeah, you bet your ass I'm going to rant about it. So I don't know. I'm hoping that at the end of May, if they actually say that's when PCH is opening, that the traffic will clear up. But yeah, I've ranted about this, I know already on previous pods, but like I just needed to rant about it again because it's really been getting to me and like irritating me anyway. And obviously I know that my commute is like not as bad as other people's in LA. So sorry if I sound like dumb complaining about, like an 18-mile commute, but it is annoying. I think anybody that has any commute in Los Angeles has the right to complain. So that is that. I do have a few albums and like music and like film things to review this week. First of all, Bon Iver's new album. Literally, in my opinion, like life-changing. I literally sent like a group text to my best friends, like Rocky and Am, who were on episode 5 of the pod with me. And I was like, no, literally, I said, bitches, listen to Bon Iver's new album now. It is soul-crushing, so good. Lyrics equal insane, healing, in fact. My favorite song, I'm going to go right now to the stuff that I added from it, because honestly, the album as a whole is great, but like I put specific ones into, a playlist and I literally obsessed. Okay, Spy Side. It's spelled SPEYSID space side. I'm not really sure how that's pronounced. That song, insane. Award season, insane. I saved a lot actually. Everything is Peaceful Love. That song is just ethereal. Like I have no other words. Walk Home. Walk Home. I love that song so much. From I'll Be There, There's a Rhythm, and Arova. Like literally just work of art. I love it. I like cannot get enough. I've always been a fan of Bon Iver since like middle school or high school. I used to do dance a lot when I was younger, and it was very popular to choreograph like contemporary, like modern kind of like weird, like chuggy, like emotional, like contemporary dance to Bon Iver type shit. So I've been a fan since my dance days, since we were dancing to Bon Iver and doing like weird improv in class to Bon Iver. So literally, anyone out there is like a folk fan. And I believe he worked on the album with Jacob Collier. So it definitely has a hair of like jazz elements that like aren't really as common in some of his previous projects. Anyway, yeah, it's like literally insane and I can't get enough. Okay, another review that I have for the week is K1. K1 has been my obsession for the last like month. I literally was on like Reels one time, and the reel of them promoing Do What I Say, which just came out, which I like is part of like the review this week. It was like in a nail salon because the song was like paint your nails, and literally I saw that promo video come up on my Reels, and that was the first time I'd ever heard or seen anything by K1, and I was like, what is this? What is happening? Like, what am I feeling? You know? And so I was like, oh, okay, who is this? So then I did a deep dive. I went through all of their discography, literally was like obsessed, fell in love, like enthralled, mesmerized, right? And then they put out Worst Behavior, the feature with Kalani, and I was like, hold up, hold the phone now. So that music video, that song, been on repeat since it came out. But literally Do What I Say, that promo video, I was like, when is the song coming out? I need it now. I need it biblically. I need it like spiritually, mentally, physically. And then the song came out. Finally, so satisfying. I love verse 2. I mean, I like the hook too. I like the verses in general, but verse 2 is like so satisfying. Like the melody's just so good. Literally eat it up. And then the video girl. Anyway, so K1, if y'all have not heard or been on that vibe yet, I highly suggest. If you're into R&B has been needing some like good, tasty, nasty shit. Like it's kind of been a minute since like really good quality, like edgy, like unique R&B has been out. Like there's a lot of really good R&B out there, but stuff that like really breaks through, I feel like it's hard for stuff to break through. I listen to a lot of stuff on like R&B playlists, and a lot of it's just like this is good R&B, but it's not like, huh? And I feel like K1's music is like shockingly good. Like it's just something different. It's a little taste of something else. And K1 themselves is just like addicting. Like eat it up, 10 out of 10. So everyone go listen to K1 because literally I'm obsessed and I can't stop streaming it. I'm like putting my room roof open. I'm rolling down on my windows and I'm just like, you gon' do it. So anyway, love it so much. Destin Conrad's new album. Like this has been a good month, I feel like, for R&B, because who else put out music? Coco Jones put out new music, but I haven't listened. Is the whole album out yet? Let me see. Coco Jones put out a new album, but I have not listened to it yet. So maybe that review will be on the next episode. I did save On Site. I love that one so much. I think I just heard it on a playlist, so I saved it, but I do need to listen to that album. But no, literally Destin Conrad, Coco Jones, K1, like R&B is just in it right now. It's like the moment. There's so many insane releases. But yeah, so Destin Conrad's album Love on Digital is so freaking good. Like I listened to it on my walk last Friday, like when it came out, and I was just like, this makes so much sense. This is just like perfection. I hope it wins a Grammy. I literally pray to God that it catches Destin a Grammy because it's literally insane. It's so good. So I saved a few songs. Kissing in Public, I mean, just so good. Let me see what else I saved. I also saved Bad Bitches with Kehlani. That song is so good. I like Mr. E. It's just like not like my fave. I think a lot of people are like into that song right now, but Bad Bitches, I think I like better. Jump In and Fuck Me Up might be my favorites. I think Fuck Me Up is my favorite, like for sure, actually, now that I say it. But yeah, so I saved Kissing in Public. I saved Bad Bitches with Kehlani. Like, duh, that song was so good. I loved it. Jump In's really good. Fuck Me Up, that's my favorite. Fuck Me Up, it's so good. 10 out of 10. So Nice is really good. Honestly, I saved a lot of songs, but those are the highlights to me. Like, just so satisfying. I listened to the album. I was on my walk on Friday and I was just like eating up every second of it. It was like such a feel good Friday like vibe. It got me like right in the perfect mood for the weekend. And yeah, it's just such a good vibe. I love it so much. Speaking of going on my walks, literally my allergies have been on 10. This is a formal SOS. If anybody has suggestions on what to do, I feel like I'm fairly good with like maintenance as far as like keeping up my allergies, although I'm like allergic to cats and I live with a cat, my baby girl. So there are parts of that I like cannot help. And so maybe that's the culprit, but no, realistically, like seasonally, it's been bad. Like I've been down bad. I always, change my sheets frequently enough. I have an air purifier. I vacuum. I dust. It's like I get air circulation. Like I open my window and stuff. And it's just like the spring allergies, man, the pollen, there's something about whatever has been in the air that's really just getting to me. I'm starting to feel like a little bit less of it, but that like first transition into like spring was absolutely brutal. So if anybody has any tips, I already take Allegra at night. Allegra is the only one that works for me that like works really well, that doesn't dry me out completely so that I can still like functionally sing. And like do my thing, but yeah, I literally love it so much. So I don't know if anybody has any extra tips for other things to like mitigate allergies. I just don't know. Seasonally, I'm just like down bad and I don't know what else to do. I guess I'm just going to have to like suffer. Maybe I need to get some local honey, some like Los Angeles made honey so that it already has pollen like antibodies or whatever. I don't know if that's like what it is about honey that helps you with your allergies, but I've heard that like local honey is supposed to help you with local pollen and like local allergies. So I need to do that because I do not have local honey. I have like Manuka honey and then I have just like this random organic raw honey from Trader Joe's, but I don't know like where it's from. It's not from here. It's not from LA. So maybe I'll try that, see how it works. If anybody has any like hacks for like, I don't know, like supplements or anything that like really helps them with their allergies during spring or like during just allergy season, let me know. I would really appreciate it. So I did watch all the episodes of the new season of Black Mirror. I did want to give like a little review and like kind of rank them in like my personal opinion. They were all really good. There were just like clearly a few standouts, from my perspective. So I think my favorite one was probably, oh gosh, it's probably a tie between Plaything and Pit Noir. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, bruh. It's always like some French word that I butcher. Like literally, I need to take a French class so that I can fix that because if I'm gonna butcher something every single time, it's gonna be a French word. Like I'm so sorry to the French people. I'm so sorry, French speaking people. But yeah, those are my top two for sure. I think they're tied for me. I did really like Common People. That was just like an entire 57 minutes of rage bait. So if you're trying to watch some rage bait, I would recommend watching Common People. That episode was like enraging. I also really liked Eulogy would probably be my next, but and that's maybe like a tie with Hotel Reverie. Like those were good, they just weren't like, I wasn't on the edge of my seat as much. They just like gave a different like more like melancholy, like romantic, like introspective, like it was just a different vibe. I like more of that like suspenseful aspect of like the sci-fi and like dystopian shit. So that's why I really liked Plaything and Bête Noire. Like those two are my top two for sure. And Common People, I feel like those are my top three. Common People's up there too. The USS Callister, that like tied into like a previous episode. I felt bad because I was watching this with my parents and they are kind of behind on Black Mirror seasons. Like, I don't know what they had watched last, but we watched that episode and they were like, huh? Like they were like, we feel like we're missing something. I was like, yeah, this is like a part 2 to like a previous season. So unfortunately they were kind of out of the loop there. I tried to fill them in the best I could, but that one was very, very interesting and super satisfying. I feel like that was like a good way to like wrap up this season. It's like a perfect like mix of that like suspense and that like discomfort in the dystopian, like pondering dystopian ideas and tech and like sci-fi, and also like drama and like a little bit of humor and kind of like, I don't know, that like also like melancholy, like bittersweet, kind of like emotional. There was also like an emotional aspect to the episode. So I feel like that was a good mix of like some of the I don't know, some of the takeaways from like some of the episodes in the season. So I was really satisfied with it. I did like it, but that's probably like in the middle for me because it's like a good mix of both. But yeah, if I were to recommend any episode to watch and first, because you can watch them in any order, I'd probably recommend Common People because it's like massive rage bait. Pet Noir is kind of also rage bait too. It's like really annoying. And then Plaything. I think Plaything's probably my top one. But they're all good, man. They're really all good. I really liked them this season. Okay, my next segment is, I guess, like what I've been thirsting for. I haven't had a zesty like thirst in a minute. I feel like I've talked about thirst, but I haven't like been good about segmenting them. So here's a formal segment. My thirst of the week is actually an old tried and true that I used to use back in like probably middle school or high school. Don't know why I ever dropped off, but literally the Revlon lustrous lipsticks, I think they're the super lustrous lipsticks. They're like a dewy finish. I'm wearing one right now. They feel so amazing on the lips. I used to wear Revlon lipsticks like in high school and back when they were like $4. Now they're like 10, you know? I mean, it's still like better than like, high-end like makeup brand lipsticks that are like $40 or $30. But literally like, I don't know why I stopped wearing them. And for so long in my makeup routine, I was doing like the NYX lip liner in mauve and the NYX butter gloss in praline. That's like literally my tried and true because I personally feel like it matches my lip color perfectly. It's just like a tiny bit darker, so it gives like, you know, like a more full look and it looks really natural on me. But I feel like when the butter gloss like starts to fade a little bit, it doesn't like, you know, stain enough. So like for a while I was wearing like this Bare Minerals lipstick underneath it. And it was like working fine. I've used some like lip stains too. But the, lip stains that I've used are just kind of like mid. I did try finally the CoverGirl lip stain. It's called CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain. I'm obsessed with it because it's like a felt tip pen. So it's really easy to maneuver. If you want a little bit more like coverage or more like product to come out, you just kind of put it on its side and it comes out really easily. I feel like it stains really, really well. But it doesn't look like so unnatural and weird. Like I've tried the peel off ones, like the Sacho one, but I feel like low-key it sticks to my peach fuzz and then I don't get an even application. So it's like if I'm in between like shaving or waxing my peach fuzz, I'm not able to get a good application with it, so I can't consistently use it. I also feel like it doesn't stain that much. And then if you try to put it on your entire lip, it can get on your teeth and it's just like, it's like more of a hassle to me than anything. So my opinion is that the CoverGirl Outlast lip stain is like 10 times better. The shade that I have for the CoverGirl Outlast lip stain is Natural Blush. And I think it's an amazing shade. It's like, looks like this. It's kind of like a dark nude, medium to dark nude. The lipstick that I got from Revlon is this super lustrous lip cream. And the shade that goes perfectly, in my opinion, with that lip stain is the Rum Raisin shade. It's the one that I'm wearing right now. I'm literally obsessed with it. And then I also got like a lighter nude that I feel like matches perfectly. Maybe it's like a little more of a warmer tone with the NYX Mauve lip liner. It's Rose Velvet. Oh, this color is so beautiful. It's like one of those other shades. It's like a perfect match to me. And it's great. I love it because it feels like nothing is on your lips. It feels really soft. It's not drying, and the coverage and the pigmentation is like literally perfect. The other color that I got, since the whole like French red lip has been trending on TikTok and everywhere, I was like, wait, like I used to always wear red lips a lot when I was younger, and I like haven't in a minute. So I was like, wait, like let me get a red lip so I can have some like red lip moments like every once in a while. I've always had like redness in my skin. If I'm not wearing like a full coverage foundation moment, I personally feel like I'll use like the elf like green primer because it kind of cancels out redness. And then if I wear a red lip, I feel like because the boldness of the red lip, it pulls your attention to the lips. It kind of distracts, in my opinion, from other redness in the face. So I love wearing a red lip if I'm doing like a no makeup look kind of thing, or if I don't feel like wearing makeup at all, and I just want to do like a little something. The red that I got is called Uncut Ruby. I feel like it's a really pretty shade. It's kind of like a darker red shade. I love it. And it's like kind of cool. It's like more of a neutral tone. Anyway, 10 out of 10. That's my thirst of the week. My new lipstick. I got 3 shades and they're literally amazing. So if you're looking for a cheap drugstore lipstick, like literally hop on it so fast. Okay. My last segment of the week is my hot toddy take. I think that it just, in my opinion, tailgaters are like my literal biggest enemy. I get so much road rage when I either see someone tailgating or when I am tailgated. I'm not one to brake check. You will not catch me brake checking because I hate that shit too. Although like I don't really get brake checked because I don't tailgate, so not so much of an issue for me, but I just hate it in general. The idea of it is like rude as fuck, and super dangerous. But yeah, tailgaters are literally my biggest enemy. My hot toddy take is that I think that car manufacturers need to make a technology that tracks your following distance from the car in front of you based on your speed and literally does not allow you to physically tailgate. Like the car should take over and make it so that you are not able to get like closer to the car in front of you when you're going a specific speed. Like it's different when you're slowing down, then you're like allowed to like be a little closer because you're following distance, and like the time it would take you to stop is like less. But yeah, that's my hot toddy take. I feel like car manufacturers should have that. There are a lot of car manufacturers that have like that like emergency braking kind of thing where you like, or like notifies you, like mine, it like says the word brake and it like ding, 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 it like beeps. But so like there are like some technologies, and at least with my car, the adaptive cruise control. So when I'm using cruise control and I have lane assist on and everything, it gives you the option of 4 different following distances. One says farthest, one says far, one's like near and like nearest or something like that. I always use like not the furthest one, but the one under it. And I count like my following distance, like time, and which I've heard they say you should have a second for every 10 miles per hour that you're going. So if you're going 65, you should have 6.5 to 7 seconds between the car in front of you and you. So like I'll look at like a lane marker, like a reflector or something by their back tire, and I'll count how many seconds it takes me to get to that marker. And then that's like a appropriate following distance. So I find that like distance marker on my adaptive cruise control is perfect for that, if I'm like going full speed on a freeway. But anyway, yeah, that's my hot toddy take. I feel like car manufacturers need to prioritize that, and that I'm assuming honestly that will be a tech that's in every car one day. And that I hope that you're not going to be able to override it yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like that's, in my opinion, there are some people that should like not be allowed to override that, because there are people that drive so aggressively and so violently and like terrifyingly. And everyone knows you've been in a car before with someone that like brakes too late or like follows the car in front of them, like tailgates kind of like too closely and like to an uncomfortable point where you're kind of like holding on and you're like your foot leans forward and you're like trying to brake yourself in like the passenger seat. So I'm like praying to the gods that is something that exists one day, because I feel like it would save a lot of people's lives and like help a lot of people with accidents. And like it's just like the most annoying thing that could possibly happen is like someone tailgating you. It stresses me out. I always get over, and like part of me, like my pride doesn't want me to get over, because I'm like, no, this fucker like needs to wait now. Like they need to wait. I'm not going to brake check them, but they're going to stay behind me. And then when they get stuck behind you, it's like the most satisfying thing ever. But recently, because I've seen how aggressive people can be, at least recently on the road, and then also like being in an accident myself, like getting hit by a car myself. I'm like, I want to avoid trauma at all costs. So recently I've been just like getting over and letting them go around me, or like avoiding them like the plague. Like if someone's tailgating me, like I don't want them behind me. I don't want to get it. I do not want me to have to slam on the brakes for like some unforeseen reason and them to be following me too close and then to hit me from behind. So I've been getting over, I've been ignoring my pride and just like sucking it up and getting over and letting the aggressive tailgaters go around me and follow someone else. Don't want it to be me. Unfortunately, if it's someone else, I'm so sorry, but I do not want it to be me. Anyway, y'all, that is the end of my rant. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. It's the end of the episode. I'll keep you updated on some guests that are going to be coming up on the pod. Please comment, like, subscribe if you're watching here on YouTube. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please follow the pod and save and download an episode. If you like have a favorite episode, leave a rating or like stars or something. If you are liking what you're hearing, all that's going to help me. My goal is to work on some monetization efforts this year in 2025 for the pod. Hopefully catch a sponsor. That's the goal. So please support in any way that you can if you enjoy what you're hearing and watching, so that I can reach those goals and bring you guys some new and exciting stuff and some new and exciting guests, and just keep it going, y'all. Keep the zest going. So I hope that you have a wonderful week, nice weekend, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.